New year, new shows, and some returning ones too. It's time to find out what to stream. If you're looking for a show based on a best-selling book series, a reality show about tackling clutter, or a drama where you get the chance to pick your own ending, we've got something for you.
Here with all the latest things that are all things streaming is Krutika Mallikarjuna. I didn't really nail that one this time. You're the senior editor for TV Guide. Yeah, but I feel like usually I do an okay job on your last name.
Yeah, it's because Vlad's not here today. You got to pick up.
Yeah, I know. And I wasn't in the good mental state. But we are glad that you're here, even though Vlad's not. Don's here as well. So let's start from the beginning. This is actually a series that I watched with my daughter, and she really loves it. A series of unfortunate events. It's a third and final season.
It is.
Let's take a look.
Where in the world have you been, and how did you get here?
It began when our parents told us to take a rickety trolley to Briny Beach.
I have some very bad news for you, children.
Your home was destroyed and you're orphans now.
We went to live with Count Olaf.
He threw Aunt Josephine to the leeches.
He conspired with Esme Squalor.
And Carmelia Spats.
He kidnapped the Quagmire triplets.
He murdered Jacques Snicket in the village of Foul Devotees.
You can't prove that.
So, like I said, this is one of the few shows that I can sit down and watch with my daughter and be completely entertained. It's sort of just a touch dark, a little surreal, and it's
little surreal?
Okay, much surreal and a bit dark. So what's coming up this season?
Well, a lot of stuff. We're going to be wrapping up a lot of mysteries because, as you know, there's 13 Lemony Snicket books, but 3 seasons, and they're covering the last 4 books in this final season. But I got to say, I think one of the reasons why the show is so good and why it's endured so well is because it's one of the few Netflix shows that's appropriately paced. They made a very honest adaptation where the showrunners took the spirit of the books and they were like, we're going to do this. We're not going to stretch out the material just to have more seasons.
Right.
And then the way they adapted the book, like the love of the project comes through so clearly, which is why I think it's everyone's really excited for this one.
Yeah. Next up is a show called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, which may be good for people
Oh my goodness.
trying to get organized.
He's seen my office.
It's okay. It's me too. Don't worry. I need it.
Let's see a clip of The Office. No.
They have so much stuff.
It's a never-ending battle to fight the clutter.
With the baby coming, we got to get our stuff in order.
We had to downsize from a 4-story house to a 2-bedroom apartment.
I lost my husband. I don't know that I have everything it takes to get rid of his belongings.
Hello, I'm Marie Kondo. 私のミッションは片付けによって世界をときめかせていくことです。Let's start tidying.
This girl's no joke.
This is amazing.
She doesn't seem very intimidating, does she? So Marie Kondo has a different method for helping people clear up clutter. Tell us about that.
So she was a best-selling novelist. Yeah. She brought the KonMari method all around the world. And the interesting thing about it is is very unlike your mother's chore list, which is why I think it really took off internationally. She has you clean by sort of categories instead of rooms or like specific jobs, which makes it a little easier to tackle in some sort of way. And watching the show, it's like very mild and soothing. It's like if they made the Queer Eye contestants actually clean out their houses with Bobby Burke before they like redecorate the place. Wow. It's like that missing half hour of Queer Eye is tidying with Marie Kondo. And frankly, it works. Like I left it on in the background while I was writing over the holiday break. And in the middle, like halfway through episode 1, I was like, I have to clean my living room. And then like 3 episodes in, I looked up and my whole living room was clean, and I was like, I didn't use the KonMari method, but it worked.
Well, all right then. Maybe I will get on it. I thought it was just going to be
she will be into it. I was like, oh man, this is way nicer than when I hear it from my mom. So like, okay, I can move through this.
So speaking of messing with your mind, Black Mirror is back, as you know.
Yeah.
Big fan of Black Mirror, but now it's like completely different. We've got a movie, and it's a choose your own adventure movie.
Right, so you can either watch it once for 90 minutes or 5 times for like 5.5 hours. Your choice.
3/4 of the way through that 5.5 hours. Let's show people what it looks like.
Keep having these vivid dreams, like thinking weird things.
What sorts of things?
We're going to be a hit factory, like Motown, but for computer games. You heard it here first.
Bandersnatch.
It's an adventure game.
Based it on the book. Jerome F. Davies was a genius.
See that bloke who went cuckoo and cut his wife's head off?
When it's a concept piece, bit of madness is what you need.
Okay, so people might not really understand what Choose Your Own Adventure in this format means, and I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have to watch this on a device because you literally are sort of pressing on the screen to change the scene.
So you should do it on mobile, or if you have a smart TV, that's good, but it won't work with things like Chromecast. So yeah, it should be a device that is always connected to the internet and it has that like interconnectivity.
Which our viewers are connected right now.
Yes,
CBSN,
exactly. So if you're watching CBSN, this is the thing for you this weekend. But yeah, it's a really interesting sort of experiment. Like Netflix has done this twice, but with children's shows. So we've done the Choose Your Own Adventure format, but not in a way that like, you know, adults have been talking about it. And I think for their first experiment with like, is our adult population actually gonna like take the time to watch something so long on their mobile device and keep rewatching it? Black Mirror was the perfect like experiment for them to try.
I agree, and you know, I've seen some debates online about this, and my only advice to people, because like I said, I'm sort of through it, I don't know how far through it I am, because it depends on how long I want to stick to it, is as you sort of keep going back over the story, there are more layers that you sort of uncover. So the story kind of gets more interesting the longer you're committed to it.
And there's 5 possible endings. So like if you've played it through 3 times already, I think you're getting close to all and there's a lot of cool Easter eggs. There's one specific ending that I won't spoil.
Yeah, don't.
But it leads you to a QVR code that if you snap a picture of on your phone, it'll take you to a hidden website that Netflix built that you can play all of the games that they're working on in Bandersnatch.
Oh my gosh, it's really interesting. So, CBSN Originals, because you know we always leave you with one of our own, right? CBSN Originals eSports, The Price of the Grind, about the grueling world of virtual sports, is also going to be airing. So here's a preview.
This is kind of crazy.
eSports has gone up like a rocket, straight up.
I'm living a dream for a lot of people.
The money that's coming in now is insane.
You can see the stress in their face and in their eyes.
Which is why we have all these terrible issues with burnout.
I get worried about hot money screwing this up.
No, I'm not just playing a game for fun anymore.
And burnout, sports team scholarship money, like what happened, right? You can stream eSports, The Price of the Grind, at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBSN and anytime on CBSNews.com. Krutika, thank you.
Thanks for having me.